New expansion details are in for Path of Exile. 2vs2 fighter Rise of Incarnates announces its closed beta. Neverwinter is headed to the Xbox One. Snail Game shows off a new third-person martial arts MOBA and much more on this week's episode of Free-to-Play Weekly. If there just wasn't enough fu in Age of Wushu's Kung Fu for you, perhaps Snail Game's newly revealed martial arts MOBA King of Wushu will satisfy your cravings for acrobatic fights. Set to be released on both PC and Xbox One, King of Wushu will follow in the path of games like Smite or Super Monday Night Combat by moving the action into third person. Currently, little is known about the MOBA, outside of the fact that it's developed by the same studio as Age of Wushu using CryEngine 3. However, we do know King of Wushu is designed for traditional 5vs5 matches, with both sides defending and attacking each other's bases. Combat is said to be action-oriented with the ability for players to dodge, jump, and perform attack combos. A new trailer lays the groundwork for the game, showcasing 6 of King of Wushu's playable heroes, most of which are male. A teeny tiny bit of gameplay can be seen towards the end, with several characters seen performing flashy mid-air combos. Just look at the size of the combat text though. Right now, only a Chinese teaser site exists for King of Wushu, and Snail Games has yet to announce when the MOBA will be released in the West. And speaking of the Xbox One, Dungeons & Dragons MMORPG Neverwinter is about to become the Xbox's first free-to-play MMO. Perfect World Entertainment recently announced a deal between the publisher and Microsoft, bringing the previously PC-exclusive MMO to the Xbox One worldwide during the first half of 2015. Just like the Microsoft's free-to-play approach on the Xbox 360, gamers will need to have a Gold Xbox Live membership in order to play Neverwinter. In an exclusive interview with IGN, Neverwinter's lead producer Andy Velazquez mentioned the console version will retain the majority of the content, but he then added with some minor exceptions. And of course, the move to console means Neverwinter's control scheme will shift to the Xbox controller, which will utilize the triggers and face buttons for quick and easy access to frequently used abilities. Sadly, cross-platform play will not be available, and players on Xbox Live will only be able to communicate with others on the console. During the fighting games panel at this year's San Diego Comic-Con, developers from Bandai Namco revealed the upcoming closed beta date for their 2-on-2 free-to-play fighting game, Rise of Incarnates. Set to begin on August 8th, the closed beta will run for roughly 10 days before concluding on August the 18th. During the panel, Namco devs mentioned the closed alpha conducted for Rise of Incarnates back in May resulted in quite a lot of feedback from the fans who played it, leading to a number of improvements being implemented. The closed beta will feature a new stage set in Paris and introduce the new playable character Brynhildr, a cyber-cycle-riding, lance-wielding Valkyrie of sorts. In the spirit of Comic-Con, Namco also revealed a new set of comics made in collaboration with Marvel, which go into the backstory of how these individuals came to possess their unique abilities and why they fight. Comic fans who are interested in reading the ongoing series can check out their digital versions on the official ROI website, where they can also sign up for the closed beta. The age-old question of what class should I play has been plaguing gamers since the dawn of MMOs. To help with this crucial decision, Allods Team has developed a class system for their upcoming MMO Skyforge, which they hope will alleviate the issue by letting players progress through multiple classes simultaneously. As a character levels, their progress, including their stats, will carry over across each class equally, making it easy for someone to switch to a class which better suits their playstyle or the encounter at hand. However, you will still need to spend some time with each class to unlock their individual abilities. Alternatively, you can also opt to spend all your time focusing on one particular class in order to tap into its full potential. When you log into Skyforge for the first time, you'll be presented with 3 starter classes, the Lightbinder, Paladin, and Cryomancer, all of which can be swapped between at any time in either PvE or PvP. As you level up, you can progress towards 5 new intermediate or 5 new advanced classes, which Allods Team estimates could take between a few days up to a few weeks to unlock respectively. Do you prefer multi-class systems in MMOs? Let us know. Path of Exile is getting new crafting and personal housing options, thanks to the ARPG's recently announced expansion, Forsaken Masters. Scheduled to be released on August the 20th, the mini expansion continues the storyline set in Rayclast by introducing players to 7 exiled masters, and each master possesses their own specialized crafting skills and are willing to train visiting adventurers in exchange for their assistance. This sets the stage for player progression in Forsaken Masters, as training with each master will have you completing their own unique missions specific to their particular speciality. Each mission can have several variations, and the pool of variations for each type expands as players explore deeper into Rayclast. As players complete these tasks, they'll earn a master's trust, eventually unlocking personal hideouts which can be customized with hundreds of cosmetic decorations. These hideouts can serve as a personal hub and house trusted masters who offer daily missions and unlock upgraded crafting benches. These benches progressively give players the opportunity to modify their items in new ways, including changing socket effects. Beyond modifying existing items, each master also has their own wares to sell, with each item containing a new build-defining mod. These are, of course, just the major highlights of the patch, as Grinding Gear Games also plans on adding additional skill gems, new challenge leagues, and an updated skill tree. Even many of the existing boss fights will be revamped in order to intensify the challenge they present. Aeria Games is adding their own MOBA to the mix with the recent announcement of Chaos Heroes Online. While other entries in recent months have tried to separate themselves from their predecessors, Chaos Heroes is proudly trumpeting itself as a descendant of the original Dota mod from Warcraft 3. More specifically, Aeria mentions it was derived from South Korea's own version of Dota called Dota Chaos. In terms of unique features, Chaos Heroes Online is said to be brimming with them, including the ability to swap out items during battle without the need to return to base. Players also won't know who has won until the very end, as the game is somehow able to hide the fact that your base is being destroyed slightly faster than your enemies. And in preparation for the game launch later this year, Aeria has opened up an official teaser site for Chaos Heroes, where players may go to sign up for the beta. In their continuing bid to provide full transparency during the development of Unreal Tournament, Epic Games has released a new short video showing off the team's first endeavors into the arena shooter's staple team deathmatch mode. With a little less than 3 months put towards development, the game is understandably in a rough state. Basic level geometry is still being tweaked, and most models in-game are at best placeholders imported from Unreal 3. But still, the team says most of Unreal's iconic weapons are now working in-game, and they've moved on to daily playtests, which have provided the first bits of feedback needed to hone the game's core gameplay. Since Epic is working on Unreal Tournament alongside community developers, you can technically play the first iterations of the game, technically, albeit with plenty of bugs. Normally, this requires you to have subscribed to Unreal in order to receive access to the base Unreal 4 engine, but some Reddit users have noted ways to download and play certain builds without having to pay at all. It requires a bit of work to get them going and actually find a community server, but the option is there. For details on how to do this, or for more information on Unreal Tournament's development progress, check out the link to the full article down below. And the game of the week is Robocraft. Robocraft is self-described as a mashup of Minecraft and World of Tanks. Using over 100 cubes and components, players build and then battle with their very own robotic creations. Using Robocraft's flexible vehicle editor, players can place individual blocks in hundreds of configurations, giving them the ability to create truly eccentric robot designs. Completing matches rewards players with resources used to unlock and purchase a wide array of tiered weapons, armor, and utility systems. Using these upgrades, players can unleash their ultimate designs, creating armored tanks or even flying fortresses thanks to the addition of thrusters, ailerons, and even hoverblades to their craft. The objective in Robocraft is simple: destroy all enemies or capture their base. Attacking enemies with lasers, plasma launchers, and railguns tear through their blocky exteriors bit by bit until there's literally nothing left. There's nothing quite like taking out an enemy's hoverblade and watching as their flying robot tumbles helplessly to the ground. Robocraft currently offers 4 maps set across 2 different environments, with promises to add more content in the near future. And that's going to be all on this week's episode of Free-to-Play Weekly. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment in the comment section below. And be sure to head over to MMOBomb.com for more free-to-play action. Until next time, Natsumii out.